Alright, so it's that time again. I will be building your apps. Let's go. Alright, so before we get started, can we just take 1 second to appreciate the lighting setup that I've got right now? I've got a light lighting the background. The background is pretty good, I think. I've got a little yellowish light down there. I've got this light lighting me to perfection, and I'm just super happy with this setup. It's good that you can't see anything below this point of the camera because everything below that point is a complete mess. It's like boxes from opening up these different lights. And just my desktop is a mess right now, so it's good that you can't see that. Anyway, today I'm gonna do what I've done in a previous video as well, which is I'm gonna be building your apps. And before we get started, I just want to mention that this is not me building your entire app for you. It's kind of me getting people started or getting you started on your apps. So I asked you guys to email me, to send me emails at calbuildsyourapps@gmail.com or something like that. You'll see the email down here. And there were a lot of really good ideas. So today I'm gonna do 2 more apps. Now let's get started. All right, so this is an idea that Roy Maxey sent in, and he wants to create an app that's essentially gonna help investors connect with people that have products or ideas that they wanna produce or create. And this is the description of the app. So a tab for investors looking for inventors, a tab for inventors looking for investors, and a tab for how many have connected and made progress and status and individual stories. This is not a ton of information to actually go on, but I kind of like the idea. So I'm going to try to come up with some sort of design, and then I'm going to build it out using Flutter. So we're going to start with just creating the design. We're going to try to find some inspiration first on Pinterest, and then we're going to try to create a design for the app. So that's going to be the first step. All right, so these are the pages that I've come up with so far, or the design that I came up with. It's pretty much based on this design that I found on Pinterest, so I'm kind of stealing a little bit of what they created here. Anyway, this is the design. If you're an inventor, then it would just look like this, and you would see information about different investors instead of inventors. So that's what I'm thinking. It will just be one tab where you get to see all of this, and depending on if you're an inventor or investor, you'll get a different view. All right, and then as an investor, when you're looking into the app, then when you press one of these ideas or inventions, then you get to a page that looks like this, which has some sort of image in the background or something like that that's related to the product. It has the name of the invention, and then it has a list of the inventors. So there might be several different inventors. And then it also has a list of the current investors. And then down here, we have a progress bar that indicates how close they are to actually launching and releasing the product. And then this here should be like a heart icon or something like that. Something to maybe follow this particular invention to kind of see the progress of it, get some updates on how it's going for this company. And then you can press read more, and then you could read more about the story of this idea. So if you're an investor, then you could read more and you could find out a little bit more about the company, who started it, and what they're about, why they're creating this product. And then you can decide to either invest or not invest. Okay, so that's the idea, and now we're going to create it using Flutter. Alright, so now I'm done with this first app. I forgot to press record when I started building this page out, so Therefore, there's no video of me actually building that out, which was like 3 hours worth of work. So I'm sorry that you couldn't see kind of a speed build of that, but that's what happens sometimes. I can't be bothered to redo that. All right, so this is what we get now when we run it. You get a list of all the inventions here and the inventors that have invented them. You can go through the different categories, products, ideas, inventions. This would of course change all of this. We have the categories, the inventions, all that stuff. The next thing that I created was this, where if you press one of these inventions, then you get to a different page that has some details about that invention. So we get an image of the invention and we get the name of the invention, and then we get a list here of all the inventors. So this way you could also press one of these inventors and then you'd get to their profile page, and then you can check out some information about that inventor. So you get all of the inventors that have contributed to this project, and then you also have a list here of investors. So these are all the people that have invested money into this invention essentially. And then we have something here called progress, and this is going to be a progress bar that indicates how far along in the process of completing this invention they are. And this can kind of work as a quick indication of how far along they are in the process and whether you as an investor might want to go in and actually invest in that company. And then you can also press this button here, which I'm thinking is going to be something where you can follow this invention. So you can get some updates and information about this invention as they move along in the process. And then you can also press read more, and then you get more information about this invention. And that is when you feel like, okay, this seems really interesting, then you can press this, you can read some more about it, and then you can decide whether you want to invest or not in this product. So Roy Maxey, I hope you're happy with this design. I kind of like the old school iOS look where it's like blue on white. I'm thinking that maybe something that could be added in the future could be that the different cards for the different inventions could have different colors. So there could be some sort of color scheme that fits with this very well. And this one could be some other colors, maybe some other shade of blue or some light shade of green or something like that. So that could be something that could be fixed in the future. But I hope I got you kind of started on this project. And if you want to keep working on it, you can download the GitHub repository in the description of this video. Now let's move on to the next one.
I lose my breath whenever I see you.
All right, so let's take a look at the next idea. So this one was sent in from Tiani Simon. I'm gonna guess that your first name is Simon. And he's from Nairobi in Kenya. And I really like this idea that he came up with. He went to Dubai and he went to one of the shops there, and what they had was like little scanners at the entrance to the shop. So each person would pick one of the scanners. Then when you go into the shop, you buy the different, or you get the different things that you want. And then you yourself scan the different things, the different items. And then when you go to the cash register, you just swipe your card and then you pay for the items that you've scanned yourself. We have this in Sweden as well. And what he was suggesting was making an app that would do this for us. So instead of having to actually get that device from, or the scanner from the store, we could just get this app and then we can use that within that store. So I kind of like that idea. So we're going to try to make something for this. And yeah, we're going to start with just trying to come up with some sort of design for what this could actually look like. Alright, so this is the design that I came up with. I wanted to go with some colors that kind of, if you think of the area in a supermarket that is like the most attractive, it would be, in my opinion at least, it's the fruit and vegetable section, which means that I wanted to try to go for that kind of feeling, like the healthy sort of vibe with this app. So it's kind of got the colors similar to fruit type of colors. So we got some green, we got some purple, and that sort of thing. I'm also thinking that I'm going to add some sort of gradients to this, so it won't look exactly like this, but it'll look something like this. I added something here called shopping list and in cart. What I'm thinking is that you could have a shopping list in this app as well. So you could have the shopping list right here. So if you press the shopping list, then you can see the items that you've added that you need to buy that you haven't bought yet. So we'll just get started straight away, try to build it out. Alright, so now I've got the first screen done, pretty much. I just need to add the add button. But now you can switch between the in-cart or shopping list. I haven't added anything for the shopping list yet. I won't add that this time. But we can see what's in our cart. We can scroll through that list. We can see all the items. I'm gonna just change this so that this actually updates based on what we have in our cart. And I've also just added the same exact product over and over again. Now the next thing is gonna be to create this page, which is where we get some information about the product. But now it's like 6:35 p.m. and so I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna continue tomorrow. Alright, so this is the day after, the morning after. It's right now 8 a.m. and I just finished the second screen. So this is what that ended up looking like. You can add more items here and that will update the price. You can remove items, so it will update the price as well. Oh, you can go to minus apparently. Okay, so that's a little bug, but so you can add products here and then you can press add to cart and that will then add this to our shopping cart here, as you can see. Same thing here, if we press this one, we can add some more items. Let's make it really a lot. And then you can press add and that will then say times 19, $228. The last thing is just going to be to update this. So I'm just going to do that quickly. Alright, so now I've added that. So now it also says the total price for all the stuff in your shopping cart. So if we remove something here, go to 0 and then add to cart, that updated that price as well. And it updates this price. I probably should remove that from the list. I haven't implemented that yet. But yeah, that is this one done. All right, so that's it for today. And these are two apps that I thought were really good ideas. And I hope I helped you get started on your apps for the two people that I built the apps for. And I hope I gave you, the viewer, some sort of inspiration to build your own apps and get started with Flutter or just app development or programming in general. And before you get going, I just want to mention that these t-shirts that I'm wearing right now, they're actually available to buy, and you can go to caltech.com/merch and then you can buy one of these t-shirts there, and that kind of helps support my channel and all the different endeavors that I get up to. So if you want to do that, you can go there and buy one. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Okay, so that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope I'll see you in the next one.